I would like to quickly point out that John the Mouse Video has a large selection of videos from North and South America for your viewing pleasure. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now let's get into the cheese of the matter. If you wanted to know a good place to eat, you would look for a driver with a lot of windshield experience. They could tell you the best places to eat alongside the highway. As you know, times have changed over the years. Fast food chains have pushed out small mom and pop restaurants. In general, it has gotten expensive to eat out every day. I'm going to show you what I have done and what I'm currently doing to save money when I'm eating on the road. Long time ago, when I first got started in trucking, I was just a driver at lower pay scale for the first 3 months. I ended up doing team driving to learn the ropes with another driver with more experience. As you can imagine, not a lot of room for extra stuff in the truck, as we shared that limited space we had for a small refrigerator that held my lunch meat and cheese. Now I also had hot dogs that I could warm up in the microwave. Not every truck had inverters in them to have a regular microwave. For me, it was a must to play your TV, PlayStation, or computer. When I was a solo driver, bread, lunch meat, and chips was a staple food. I'd also pack some other canned meat. Crackers would play a part in my food consumption for the week. I would occasionally buy a 2 liter of lemonade. I didn't do a lot because the truck stops, they give free drinks with a fill up of fuel. Also give free showers. The rest of the time I would drink the water that I packed along. Now during the summertime, I would also throw in ice cream with some apple pie, ice pops in between meals. Now I've been eating this way for several years and only gained a few pounds. As you get older, your body changes, and then you push it to its breaking point. But that's a story for another video. You end up with sky-high blood pressure. One of the doctor's suggestions was to eat healthy and to avoid highly processed foods. My beginning journey of trying to get my blood pressure lower was to use natural stuff, since pills made things worse for me. So the first thing I started was making my own hibiscus tea. I've looked at a few studies stating that it helps most of the people in their study lower blood pressure. And it did help me lower my blood pressure at first. Along with my tea, I started taking out processed foods like bologna, hot dogs, and brats. I replaced them with bowls of cereal and oatmeal. You know, they're supposed to be good for your heart. Started canning more of my stuff to take on the road to eat. A lot of this stuff I was getting out of the garden, so no preservatives. I would have fresh leaf lettuce grown from home for my ham or chicken sandwiches. In between my meals, I was having bananas, carrots, and apples. I was eating 3 pounds of carrots a week, and I was having a bunch of bananas every day. Up to 10 pounds of apples a week. I started gaining weight, and I was still hungry. I traded 1 bag of apples for a bag of oranges a week. I started getting cravings for ice cream, cookies, and cakes. Then the excuses came to justify eating cravings. But it's an apple pie. It's healthy. I can have ice cream with it. I've been eating healthy all week. I deserve this. After a year eating this way, I have gained more weight than my whole trucking career. My blood pressure has returned to sky-high levels. What was working was no longer working. I couldn't keep doing this. Something has to change. The only thing I changed in my life was the way I was eating to a healthier eating style. but it wasn't making me any healthier. Any research you do will point to excess weight will cause changes in blood vessels and other parts of your body. These changes often increase blood pressure. And it really does make sense, because you're trying to cram more stuff in your body. With more research, I ended up finding a few keto carnivore diet videos. Dr. Ken Berry, one of them videos mentioned grains fattening up humans. I know you feed cows grain to finish them up for the fat before you take them to slaughter. So I started looking at every animal. If you overfeed them grain, will they get fat? Every animal I looked into, they will get fat. And that makes sense too, because animals live on that fat over the winter when food is scarce. And since humans are mammals, we are animals. So then, why are we told by the food pyramid to eat more grain? So looking into Inuit and Native Americans, they lived mostly on meat and fat of animals. So why can't we? I got a game plan, and I was going to take 2 weeks to switch over to my new diet. I was going to eliminate my sugar intake and cut my carbs down. I also added electrolytes to my water. As I cut out more carbs, I would add more meat to my diet. So after a 2-week transition period, now I was just eating meat, eggs, and salt. I needed all the extra protein anyways for building muscle. And after 3 months, I have lost 50 pounds, my blood pressure got lower. Eating once or twice a day, not snacking all day long, is a win. Eat till you're full. Can't get much simpler than that. It is now surprising when you walk around Walmart and other places, you notice how big people are. Another benefit that I have noticed is I have stopped snoring. Now I get better sleep at night. It can't be any simpler than frying up some eggs and steak. You can use any type of meat you want. I've had pork chops, pork loin, and steaks. Now, I started out with a George Foreman that I had in the truck when I was grilling up raw chicken for my chicken sandwiches. It also made me grilled cheese sandwiches, ham sandwiches to go along with my soups and chilies. After a few weeks, I realized when I was losing the weight that I needed to get something better for long term. Cooking eggs in the microwave is not the ideal way. After several weeks of searching, looking, and thinking about how I'm going to cook in the truck, I decided to use this cast iron grill from Hampton Beach. For the ones that want to know, I have left links down below in the information section. Now, I keep it around the 275 to 300 so the grease doesn't splatter. I'm sure you'll find out what works best for you. I don't want grease everywhere. I want to eat the grease, not have it fly all over. It does take a little longer to cook, but I'm okay with that. It's bigger, so I can cook a lot more at the same time. Faster than the George Foreman I used, and you can't fry eggs in the George Foreman. I've tried it. It doesn't work out that well. Now, the griddle doesn't have a top on it. That was one drawback to getting it. I came up with a solution for it. I had a custom cutting board built for a lid when not in use. Now I use the board to cut raw meat on it before I cook it. When the meat is cooking, I can clean the board. Then it will be ready to use as a plate to cut the cooked meat. After I'm done eating, I wipe it down with a paper towel. Now the cutting board is ready to be put on top of the cast iron griddle. The griddle cleanup, I just usually scrape it down and leave the grease on the griddle for the next time, so it's ready to go. and you just put the cutting board lid on it. And I store it on the floor of the sleeper. I do use a stainless steel spatula. Yeah, you want to use something that's going to last. Buy it once. You don't want to buy several times, hence the cast iron. The sanitizer that I use, I make it at home and bring it with me in a spray bottle. It's safe to wash your food and counters with it. I even use it to clean the inside of the truck. If you want to know more, you can watch my other video about the machine. I will leave an affiliate link to the company that makes the machine. So if you want one, you can buy one. If you don't want me to have the commission, you can go straight to the website and order it there. If you want to do a deeper clean on the cast iron, you could save your grease in the grease catch container that they have built it in. Spray down the cast iron with the sanitizer while it's still warm and use your paper towels to clean it up. Just make sure it's dry before it greases it. Warm it up a bit to evaporate the liquid. Spread the grease out over the cast iron to keep it from rusting. I also keep a couple glass containers along with me so I can put either raw meat or cooked meat in them, but it's not necessary. I also use sanitizer to clean them. By far, this is the best way to eat on the road. As you can see, I have done a lot of styles of eating over the years. If you want to stay slim and healthy, get out of the truck and smell the roses. And if you have the time, go see some of the things that I have shown you in my videos in person. I conveniently list my videos on a Google map so you can see which places are closest to you to visit. John the Mouse Travel Map is available for Google Maps. It will help plan your route to the locations of your favorite videos. It is free to use. I have the link below. Please visit the playlist tab for videos that I have sorted for you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button